Hello everyone, how are you all? Children, last week we had started with tenses and we have already done 6 types of tenses, right? And in today's video, we'll be doing the remaining 6 types of tenses, okay? So let's begin with the first tense of today's video, that is the present perfect tense. Now, when do we use present perfect tense? Present perfect tense is used when we are speaking about an action that has recently completed. For example, he has just woken up. Okay, that means when I am talking about my brother who was sleeping, but right now he is awake. So when somebody asks me, where's your brother, what was he doing, so I'll say that he has just woken up. That means his action of waking up from his sleep is now over. Then an action that started in past and finished at the moment of speaking. When we are talking about such an action, then also we use present perfect tense. For example, I have finished writing the article for tomorrow's paper. Now, in this sentence says shows that the person was writing an article, had started writing an article in the past, maybe in the morning time. Okay, she sat and started writing about the article, started writing an article, and now when she is speaking about that action is now over. Okay, so when we are talking about an action which started in the past but at the moment of speaking it is over, then also we use the present perfect tense. Okay, and the third one is an action whose time is not mentioned but its effect continues in the present. Okay, so something which had already occurred in the past but its consequences can still be felt in the present time. For such actions also, for such events also, we use the present perfect tense. For example, Ravi has torn his trousers. Now in this sentence, action has been done. The tearing of trousers is done, and it has been done in the present time. Okay, but at what time? That time is not mentioned. Did it happen in the morning time or an evening time or what time? But it happened in the present. And because of the tearing up of trousers, what is the effect? Now, because Ravi has torn his trousers, now he is not able to wear the trousers anymore in the present time. Okay. So for these 3 kinds of actions, these 3 kinds of events, we use the present perfect tense. Now comes the sentence structure that you have to use when you want to say something in the present perfect tense. Okay. So the sentence structure for present perfect tense is subject, which has to be followed by has or have. Okay. Has we use when the subject is singular noun or a singular pronoun, and have we use for plural noun or plural pronoun. And then it is followed by the V3 form of verb. Okay, remember there are 3 forms of verb: V1 present, V2 past, and V3 participle form. Okay, so when we are using the present perfect tense, then we use the V3 form of the verb. Okay, so subject plus has, have, either has or have, plus the V3 form of the verb. Okay. For example, Ritu has baked a cake. Ritu is a subject. Because the subject is a singular noun, we have used has, and then the third form of bake. The participle form of bake, that is baked a cake. Okay. Next example. The boys have gone to the market. The boys are the subject. Because the subject is a plural noun, it is followed by the helping verb have in the perfect tense. Then the third form of go, that is gone, and then the remaining information. Okay. So remember, when you are using when you are using a present perfect tense, the subject will have a has or a have. Okay. Has and have is for the present perfect and then the V3 form of the verb. Okay. In the first example, Ritu is a proper noun And in the second example, boys is a common noun. Okay. Proper noun is one singular proper noun, has, and common noun boys stands for plural nouns. So we have used have. Okay. But what if in place of noun pronouns are used? Then with which pronoun, with what you will use? Okay, that you have to keep in mind. If in place of noun the subject is it, he or she. If in a sentence the subject is it, he or she, then in present perfect tense we use the helping verb has. Okay. If in the subject place there is I, you, they or we pronoun, then it is always followed by the helping verb have in present perfect tense. That you have to keep in mind. Okay. With I also you use have. You never use has with I. Okay. That's the grammar. That's the rule of grammar. Okay. With I and you, they and we, you use the helping verb have in present perfect tense. Whereas with it, he and she, you use the helping verb has. So that you have to keep in mind. Next tense is present perfect continuous tense. Okay. Now when do we use present perfect continuous tense? When we are speaking about an action that has started in the past, at the moment of speaking it is still continuing, and maybe in the future also it will continue. When we are speaking about such an action, then we use the present perfect continuous tense. For example, Alan has been playing football since he was 6 years old. Alan is a boy. Now he is grown up. But when he was 6 years old, at that time he had started playing football. Okay. So when I am talking about Alan and I am saying this sentence, that means Alan had started playing football when he was 6 years old. That time he has started playing football. Right now also he is playing it, and maybe in the future also he is going to continue with this sport. Okay. Then is present perfect continuous tense is also used for an action that started some time ago and has just finished. When we are talking about an action which started in the past, few moments ago or few hours ago, but at the time of speaking now it is finished, then also we use the present perfect continuous tense. For example, I have been skiing all day. That means you started, suppose I am telling you to what I did today, and I am saying that I have been skiing all day. That means when I am saying this sentence, when I am saying this, that means right now I have stopped skiing. I am no more involved in that sport. But before now, okay, I was the whole time doing skiing. That means I started doing, I started skiing 3 or 4 or 10 hours ago, and now it is over. But because I am talking about it at the present time, and I am telling you about something which I have been doing in the present time, but now it is no more, then also we use the present perfect continuous tense. Now, what will be the sentence structure for present perfect continuous tense? The sentence, the structure will be subject plus has been or have been. Okay, remember, because it is present perfect, okay, and continuous tense, you have to add been with has and have plus the ing form of verb because it is continuous. Okay, so present perfect continuous tense will be written by using subject followed by has been if the subject is singular, have been if the subject is plural, and then the ing form of the verb and the remaining information. For example, we have been working on this project for 6 years. Okay, now we is a plural pronoun, used for plural people, okay, plural person, and then because it is plural we have used have been, then the ing form of word and the remaining information. Second example, it has been raining heavily since last night. Okay, it is a pronoun which is used for singular nouns, then it is written followed by has been, and then the ing form of rain plus the extra information which you want to give about the subject. So the sentence structure for present perfect continuous tense is subject plus has been or have been plus the ing form of verb. Last video also I told you, whichever tense has got a continuous word written in it, irrespective of whether it is a simple or a past or a future, if there is continuous word mentioned in the tense, then you have to add the ing form of the verb. Helping verb you have to use according to the tense, present or present perfect, past or past perfect, okay, or present continuous or past continuous. Helping verb depends upon the tenses, but if continuous word is there in the tense verb, in the tense heading, then you have to write the ing form of verb, irrespective of whether it is a present tense or a past or a future. That remember. The next tense is past perfect tense. Now, when do we use past perfect tense? When we are talking about two actions that happened in the past and we want to tell which action happened first and which happened later. So then we use the past perfect tense. For example, Rachit had decorated the room before the guests arrived. If you in this sentence, two things happen in the past. One is that Rohit decorated the room, and the second one that the guests arrived. Okay, and and by using the past perfect tense, we are telling you which thing happened first. That is, the decoration of the room was done before the guests arrived. Okay, so when two actions take place in the past and one action happened before another one, then we use the then we use the past perfect tense. Okay, now past perfect tense is also used when we are talking about something which happened in the past and completed in the past only, and no definite time is mentioned. For example, the boy had met with an accident. That means in the past, the boy had met with an accident. When in the past it happened, that has not been mentioned. And third is when we are speaking about an action that completed before a certain point of time. For example, they had finished their dinner by 10 o'clock. That means before it was 10 o'clock, the dinner was already finished. They had already done their dinner. They had already finished their dinner before it was 10 o'clock at night. Okay. So when we are talking about two actions, one which happened before and another one which happened later, when we are talking about just mentioning something which happened in the past and not telling the exact time, and when we are talking about something which happened before a certain point of time, when we are talking about these kinds of actions, then we use the past perfect tense. Now comes the sentence structure for past perfect tense. Okay, when you are using past perfect tense, you have to begin with the subject, which will be followed by had, and then the V3 form of the word. Okay, now remember, when the perfect word is there in a tense, listen again, when the perfect word is there in the name of the tense, then you will use the V3 form. Okay, present perfect, V3 form, past perfect, V3 form, future perfect, V3 form. Okay, so whenever perfect word is there, then you will use V3 form. Okay, for example, I have told you, when continuous word is written in any tense, you have to use the ing form of verb, because many times what happens, children get confused which form of verb to be used. So remember which word stands for which form of verb. Continuous word stands for the ing form of verb. Perfect word stands for the V3 form of the word. Okay, so whether it is present continuous, past continuous or future continuous, you have to use the ing form of verb. If it is present perfect, past perfect or future perfect, perfect word is there, so verb will be the third form of verb. Okay, so in past perfect tense, subject is followed by had and then the V3 form. For example, Mitali had sung a beautiful song last week. Mitali is the subject, singular noun, followed by had, then the V3 form of sing. Sing is the first form, sang is the second form, and sung is the third form. So, third form of verb is used with perfect tense. Okay? And second one, we had received the parcel before the due date. We is a pronoun which we use in place of plural nouns. Okay? Followed by had, then the third form of received, that is received, and the remaining information. So, had is the helping verb in past perfect tense, which goes with singular noun pronoun also and with plural noun pronoun also. Right? The next type of tense is the past perfect continuous tense. Now, past perfect continuous tense is used when we are talking about an action that started in the past, and when it was being spoken about, then also the action was still in progress in the past. Okay. For example, the children had been playing for 4 hours when they were called by their mother. Okay. So when the mother was calling their children, at that time the children had been playing for 4 hours. That means the children had started playing 4 hours ago, and by the time and when the mother called them, at that time also they were playing. So past perfect continuous tense is used for an action that started and continued in the past while being spoken about it. Now comes the sentence structure for past perfect continuous tense. Okay, the sentence will begin with the subject, which will be followed by had been plus the V1 plus the ing form. Okay, V1 plus the ing, that is the ing form of the verb. Okay, now remember, I have already told you, when it is a perfect word is there, when perfect word is there, you have to use had. Okay, but because it is not just past perfect tense, it is past perfect continuous tense. So for continuous, you have to use the ing form. Okay, but when it is past perfect continuous tense, you have to use had and another additional word, that is been. Okay, if it is past perfect tense, only had plus V3 form. But if it is past perfect continuous tense, then with had you have to use been, and then because it is continuous, you have to use the ing form of the verb. So the sentence structure for past perfect continuous tense is subject followed by had been and then followed by ing form of the verb. For example, she had been working here for the last 6 years. She is a pronoun which we use for girls. Okay, had been and then the ing form of work and the remaining sentence. Second, Mehul had been playing in the rock band. Mehul is a proper noun followed by had been and then the ing form of the verb play. Okay, so when it is past perfect continuous tense, always remember you have to add been with the word that stands for perfect, that is had. Remember, you have to literally say it again and again. For perfect I have to use had, but if it is perfect continuous tense, then with had I have to use been, and then because it is continuous I have to use the ing form of the verb. Okay, now remember, when you are doing your maths, especially when you are doing the geometry part or you are doing word problems, okay, you have certain formulas which you have to follow in order to solve a sum. Okay, for example, if you want to find the perimeter of a rectangle, there is a certain formula which you have to follow. If you have to find the area of a square, there is a formula which you have to remember, and then you have to solve the sum. Similarly, take the sentence structure of the tenses as the formula of the tenses. You have to literally learn the different sentence structures so that it becomes easier for you to frame sentences in different tenses. Okay, so the sentence structure for each kind of a tense you can say is a formula for that tense, which you have to keep in mind when you are framing sentences or when you are completing a sentence. Okay. Now the next tense is future perfect tense. Now when do we use a future perfect tense? Future perfect tense is used when we are speaking about an action that will be completed in future before a certain point of time. For example, by this time next year, Ashok will have graduated. I am talking about what will be happening in the life of Ashok next year when it will be the month of January. Okay, so when I say this, I'm saying that next year when it will be the month of January, by that time Ashok will have graduated. That means Ashok will have completed his graduation, his college. So when we are talking about an action which will be completed in the future, then we use the future perfect tense. The sentence structure for future perfect tense is subject plus will have or shall have. I have not written shall have here, but you can use shall have also, plus the third form of verb. Perfect is there, so we have to use the third form of the verb. And future is there, so for future it is will have. Future perfect is will have, and perfect is the third form of verb. Okay, so the sentence structure for future perfect tense is subject plus will have or shall have plus the third form of the verb. For example, Arun will have written a letter till 4 p.m. Arun is writing a letter, and by the time it is 4 p.m. he will have completed writing that letter. Second is Mitali will have completed her painting before the end of the week. So end of the week is a deadline, and by the time it is the end of the week, before the end of the week, the painting of Mitali will be completed. Okay, so the sentence structure for future perfect tense is subject plus will have plus the third form of the verb. I've already told you that generally we use shall when we are making a request or a suggestion. So it's up to you. More appropriate if you want to be heard, so we use will have. So subject plus will have plus the third form of verb is the sentence structure for future perfect tense. The last tense is the future perfect continuous tense. Now future perfect continuous tense is used when we are talking about how long an action will have been in progress in the future. Okay, for example, by the end of this year, I shall have been living here for 13 years. Okay, the 13 years is the time I will have been living in this city when the year will be over. Okay, and second is an action that will be in progress in future until another event occurs. When we are talking about something which will be continuing in the future before something else happens, then we use the future perfect continuous tense. For example, by the time the bus arrives, we will have been waiting for 1 hour. We are already waiting, and we will still be in the process of waiting by the time the bus arrives. So when we are talking about a future action which will be going on before something else happens, something new happens in the future, then we use the future perfect continuous tense. Now the sentence structure for future perfect continuous tense is subject plus will have been or shall have been plus V1 plus ing. For example, Jatin will have been watching TV for 5 hours by the time his mother comes. Okay, so in this sentence we are telling you for how long the action of watching movie or watching TV by Jatin will be continued in the future by the time the mother arrives. Okay, second one is I will have been practicing piano for 3 years by 2020. Here I am telling you that for when it will be 2022, then by that time I will have been practicing piano for 3 years. That means my duration of practicing piano will be 3 years. Okay, so this is a sentence structure of future perfect continuous tense. Subject plus will have been plus ing form of the verb. So with this we have completed our topic of tenses. Now what you have to do is The 6 tenses which I have touched in today's video, you have to write the sentence structure of all the 6 tenses, okay? You don't have to write the example. How you will do it? First, you will put the heading of the tense, that is simple present tense, and below that, you are going to write the simply straight away come to the sentence structure, that is subject plus has or have plus V3 form. Okay, similarly, you will do the sentence structure and the heading of all the remaining 5 tenses. So, if you want to improve your sentence making skills, compositional skills, you have to understand when and how to use the different kinds of tenses. Learn the sentence structure of all the tenses.